Dan from Trading with Dan here. It's time for a catch up on the major markets. So if you guys wouldn't mind just smashing that like button, we will go straight over to those charts. So yeah, S&P first, the one we always start with. So yeah, it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a look at this one. This level was our level from the 9, the daily 9 here. So we had it drawn here because obviously breaking above this was basically gonna signal more upside. And obviously you can see we had the break above, and yeah, back test and then acceleration to the upside, basically into the next daily 9, where you can see we had a sell off from. This would obviously been the target, this horizontal, where we then bounced off, and we've had a few bounces off the daily 21 here, as you can see. So looking generally bullish. We have also we're looking like we are gonna take out the top of this 9. Which basically will just signal more continuation to the upside. So yeah, we'll either break here and accelerate higher, or we will have to come and test some downside. But you can kind of see the important levels we've got going on at the minute. Obviously this all-time high being a big target. Isn't it amazing that we could be getting back to the all-time high in the S&P, not just necessarily the Nasdaq that obviously benefits from all these stay-at-home stocks, as they like to call them, but yeah, literally the S&P, which obviously has lots of companies that not doing so well, to say the least. But yeah, that is testament to the times that we are living in. So yeah, there you go. Yeah, so realistically here you can see the levels that we've got going. Potentially we're going to break out here, get back to the all-time high, and then, I mean, we're really just stepping up here. So another 4 days, so basically that'll take us to Friday, wouldn't it? So Friday, don't be surprised if Friday we're up at the 3,400, and then maybe selling off into the close. Let's have a look at the 12-hour on the TD. See if we had anything interesting here going on. Just whiz this down a bit. Yeah, nothing really TD wise in the 12-hour, and I bet we got some interesting entries off the 4-hour. Let's have a look. Not really, no, to be honest. We had a nice 9 at the low there, a 9 at this top here, and well, we nearly got to the 9 there, but we didn't quite make it, but we were pushing at our recent highs at that point. So yeah, S&P. So let's have a look at the Dow Jones. We've not looked at this one. I'm not too sure. This isn't a continuous futures contract. We have got this level drawn in here. I'm not quite sure where it's coming from. It must have something to do with this 9 here, but unless it's off a 12-hour or 4-hour. But it's also perfectly in line with the 200 moving average, 200 period moving average also. So yeah, this isn't necessarily one that I do analyze too much. I tend to look at the S&P mainly, and then also the Nasdaq. So speaking of the Nasdaq, is it going to load up? Nope, it's this one. Here we go. So yeah, as you can see, we've got the channel drawn in. We've had it drawn in for a while. When we were coming down here, I sort of had this question mark saying, are we going to bounce basically off here and come back up? But we didn't even quite make it that low. Touch the top, and then we did come and bounce, touch the bottom, and yeah, we're accelerating off the bottom. So this is obviously a 4-hour. So if we go over to the daily, yeah, so obviously you topped on that 9 there, nice acceleration into the 9 candle, then slammed all the way back down. No more 9s to speak of, but yeah, you can see we are nicely respecting the 21 period on the daily. And yeah, and well, respecting the channel as well also. So I'd probably extend that up there a bit more, just so that we've got it for future reference, because I mean, it just seemed like we're going to follow this up. Maybe one day we'll drop out of it and have a serious move to the downside, and I would expect once we do lose this channel, start closing dailies out on the underside of it, then we are potentially going to be in for some downside. Let's look at the 12-hour. There won't be anything TD wise here on the 12-hour. And did we get any nice 4-hour 9s playing out? I mean, that was a 4-hour 9 and the 12-hour and the daily. 9 there didn't do as much. Coming up to a 9 soon. Right, so let's have a look at the Russell. That laggard the Russell. So what has been going on. Yeah, so we had this trend line, we lost it. Well, we sort of formed this new trend line that we drew in. Breaking this trend line, this horizontal, we were kind of looking at a move down to here, but we got supported off it basically, and now we're making progress again, albeit a bit slower to the upside. So yeah, I mean, this is obviously an important level here. This level there, not so much this one. So we'll just borrow that and move that along. So yeah, I mean, that's obviously going to be an acceleration to the upside, where I expect we would come in for these highs here. Obviously, these aren't all-time highs. These are just the recent highs before. I mean, if we go to the weekly, you can see that the Russell was higher than this before. But yeah, this is the most recent like high, even though it's not necessarily that recent. But yeah, prior to this fall down, it was the most recent. Gold, look at our friend gold. Just look at her. This is obviously a weekly, coming up on a weekly 9 next week. So I mean, that is got to be something we've got to really be watching out for, because we are getting some we're getting some serious moves up, so there may have to be some sort of consolidation. But yeah, daily we just blasted through this 9. We just didn't really care about it. We'll draw a line underneath, because this is going to be an important level to, if we break this to the downside. But yeah, we have taken out the top of the 9, so that obviously was the clear continuation buy, and we are continuing to go up. Held up by this daily 9 as well. Yeah, I mean, we had this box break out the top of the box. Well, we tried to back test it, but we only got so far as a 21 on the daily, which is as good a level as any to buy. And just look at the price action from literally 1800 to 2000, just to plus 2000. It's just insane. And obviously we're having a good move today. Let's go over to the 12-hour. 12-hour, yeah, 12-hour TD, roughly the same area broken back above, and we're just getting a good move here in gold basically. We're just getting some. Yeah, it's just very bullish but just very bullish action. Not really much more we can say. Silver, how are you doing, silver? So yeah, silver is coming back up to try and take out this 9. Look at that 4-hour 9 there. 4 hours our favorite. Remember, guys, 4-hour 9 centers down there as well. This 9, there was no real trending behavior, so I wouldn't necessarily look for that for anything. 9 there also. But let's look at the daily. More importantly, let's look at this daily. Oh, look at it, guys. I mean, we're getting some choppy price action, because obviously, I mean, I think there's a battle going on in silver, guys. I think there's a battle going on in silver. Let's have a look at the weekly. Yeah, we're a long way from really a weekly. But yeah, I mean, you've got this horizontal, this sort of inverted head and shoulders. And then look, we've literally, the target, I mean, is roughly where we're at now. So, yeah, just interesting, very interesting chart, very interesting asset. As you can see, this level here I think will be important. Once we reclaim that high, obviously someone decided they wanted to sell everything at that point. But yeah, I mean, it's had a really good move. But yeah, take this out again. I mean, I think we could take this out again and then form a base at this level, and then, well, start to push for that $30, guys. You know how badly I want to see that $30 silver. Oh, here we go. Just don't show Tone Vase this chart. Don't show Tone Vase. Tone Vase was desperate to sell all his silver for gold at these highs. Proper trying to puke his position, and now I've heard him again. I listened to one of his videos, part of one of his videos the other day, and he again was talking about wanting to basically swap his silver into gold. I mean, it's a better level than up there. I'll give him that. I mean, let's just work out percentage-wise. Just work out percentage-wise what he how much more gold he could get now for his silver. Oh, only 40% more. That's quite a lot, really, isn't it? So yeah, so I would tend to use Tone Vase as a reverse indicator. Just because I think he is a very good trader with the TD, with how he trades, with looking at the charts, with like what we're doing. But I mean, I do a lot of research to formulate fundamental views, and I have help from research providers as well. I don't just do it on my own. So obviously I can formulate a bias of the market. I think Tone just plucks things out of the thin air, and no disrespect to him at all, just have disrespect towards his views, because they're not really basically based on anything or worth listening to. So that being said, so we had this box level, we had this level, we lost it, back tested it, and then absolutely puked, absolutely capitulated, which is what I wanted to see, which is what I expected to see, which is it's just music to my eyes, this is, guys. And as you can see, I mean, we lost this level here. Obviously we've sort of got this sort of smooth action upwards. So really the next really important level, well, we have got levels, but the biggest one is this is when it will go parabolic for silver, is this $64. That'll be when silver is like going to like $100 basically. And wow, it's not even far away at all. Like, wow. And I just thought there's no point in drawing this in. But we are going to draw it in. Horizontal, here we go. Oh, look at it for a level. Look at this, guy, and look how close we are to it. I mean, do I think we come straight down there? No, markets don't move in straight lines. Do I think we get maybe if we get a test of it, then there's some resistance offered there? Yeah, for sure. But do I think it eventually? Well, to be honest, when we say do I think it'll eventually go? Realistically, I don't have fundamental views on this level. So, like with what I've just been saying about Tone, I can't necessarily say, yeah, of course we're going to take it out. But we could do. I think we could see 40 basically in the gold to silver ratio. Which would be pretty insane, really, because I've got a lot of silver coins and bars, and it's to think that I could basically give 40 of those coins and get one gold coin. It's pretty insane, because previously I'd have had to have given 125 of those coins to get basically a gold one of the same weight. So yeah, interesting times for silver. This does look like, clearly looks like a blow off top, and we're going to enter a downtrend. Well, obviously more of a downtrend, a prolonged downtrend. That, like I said, I think realistically, I mean, just trend wise, just where we've been and what I've heard people in this industry saying, in this actual silver and gold industry, in the precious metals industry. So they're not necessarily, but they're not biased towards silver or gold or whatever. They're just saying that they think we're going to see down to about the 40s in the ratio. And also those guys, they're not like they're just going with this trend now because we're going down. When we were going up, they were saying convert your. They were basically saying this is insane. You need to basically sell your gold and buy silver. They were saying that up here. So now they're not like saying, okay, sell your silver and buy gold. They are basically saying we've got further to go. So. Yeah, some exciting times. What is going on here? So this is, oh, right, sorry, because we're on a daily. I just like, no, that didn't happen. And also I saw it said 30, so I knew roughly we were there or thereabouts. So let's get this sorted out. So yeah, I mean, this is not looking, it's looking a bit difficult, this is. I mean, oil is in a bit of a choppy zone. Right, the problem oil's got is that we've got obviously inflationary forces. And then we've got like demand destruction for actual like petroleum products. So on one hand it's like, well, it's a commodity. Commodities are going up, and then on the other hand it's a commodity that people aren't using as much because we're not traveling as much. So it's a difficult one for oil. It's much more simpler for precious metals and even copper and some other soft commodities too. Yeah, the oil. Oh, we'll go to a 12-hour. You can kind of see we had this trend line. We lost the trend line, but we are holding up nicely. This horizontal we had drawn in, tested that, holding up nicely. We've got this horizontal to the upside, so we'll just, yeah, we'll whiz that in here. So we're literally at this. So we are on the precipice potentially of a breakout here in oil. So I am bullish of oil. I have been talking about being bullish of oil, literally for the same The reasons I just said, just bullish commodities, just bearish the dollar, just inflation, blah blah blah. I mean, by inflation, I mean it's kind of like inflating our commodity prices, due to basically a weakening dollar. That's sort of the root of that. So yeah, I mean, if it breaks above here, I mean, expect similar to like we had in silver. So you kind of see a box above, and then yes, acceleration. I mean, you could see $50 oil. Yeah, so but remember, high prices lead to low prices lead to high prices. So those shale producers are going to get back online, get back producing. So yeah, this is looking interesting. On Brent, the Brent Oil Fund, BNO, we sort of had a wedge, a nice looking wedge, a nice looking wedge forming, to which we are falling out the bottom of. So I mean, with my views, do I think we can reach a target of down here? No, but we are obviously seeing weakness in this, and it's struggling to push higher. So yeah, it'd be interesting to keep an eye on this one. This was my preferred. This was basically my preferred vehicle for shorting oil, but just because of the structures of this product. But if I would, so on the basis I'm now bullish, this isn't something I'm interested in trading, because I wouldn't be trading it to the short side. So copper, look at copper. We had our levels, guys. We had our levels. Yeah, reached the daily 9, flagging out here. I mean, I'm of the mind this is a bull flag. And we are gonna just based on my commodities views, this is gonna be yeah, I think it's gonna break to the upside, just purely on my bullish bias for commodities. So yeah, you can see we lost a trend line, traded sideways, and yeah, I think we are just building some energy here. And then yeah, potentially move to the upside. So we'll just pop this up to around about there, move this along, and that's really realistically this is the level, I believe. Wheat, how is wheat doing? So yeah, I mean, we're trading very much within a range here. You can see on the daily. I'm obviously bullish of this also, but this seems to be struggling a bit more than other commodities. A lot of these soft commodities are struggling more, but and they are on like almost historical lows. But yeah, looking at this, I mean, yeah, we clearly had a descending triangle that we break out of here. So that was a pretty nice short there. If you took that, I am actually long this via options, but yeah, I mean, that descending triangle did play out well. We've got this level here. Are we going to tag that, or are we going to come lower? We'll have to see. That's wheat again. Soybeans have well, pretty much been performing better. We sort of had this low, pennant broke up, back tested the trend line again, broke up again, and yeah, I mean, yeah, I personally feel like, biased by my fundamental views, is that we are potentially forming a base here. But I mean, there's your long-term chart. This is what we're looking at since basically 2012. So do we think we can see continual decline in these? I don't think so, but yeah, hey, anything could happen. Right, so let's have a look at some of our stocks. Let's have a look at Tesla. So after basically reaching our level, we were looking at our extension here. We are now seeing we're on a weekly here, but yeah, I mean, on the weekly, you can see in a weekly we've actually flipped to a bearish count now. This is the important level realistically for me. We'll look at this on a daily as well. If we lose this, we're coming down to 1,000, and if we lose 1,000, then just pick your level, basically, wherever you want, just however long you want to run your short for, basically. I worry for Tesla bag holders. I mean, yeah, weekly, and you could draw this as a bull flag, in all fairness. You could draw this as a bull flag. I kind of argue with how it looks, but yeah, do I think that is going to break out to the upside and we'll get another leg up to 2.5k? I don't think so, but I do know certain analysts, well-known analysts, are talking about such things. So I mean, there's your pennant anyway. So If we are going to make a move, we're going to make a move, and we're going to make a move soon. So watch out for the move, basically. But yeah, my bias is to the downside. But hey, I just feel like this has a blow off top. The Nasdaq is still performing, and this is no longer performing. Along with the rest of the wider market, it was outperforming the wider market. Now it's underperforming the wider market, and I kind of feel it's topped out. But we'll have to see. Let's have a look at fake Tesla. We'll just call this fake Tesla. We've got fake meat and fake Tesla. I mean, we had this level losing here. Yeah. We basically had moved down. Well, this was the target, didn't quite reach it, but then we came back up, tested the horizontal again, and then we lost that level again. And then we did lose this level, came back and back tested, and I believe we'll come back down and test the daily 200, but we will have to see. But I was calling this anyway all the way from up here. I was saying, look, this can come down basically to around here. TD wise, not too much to save you at the moment. Realistically, if we reclaim this level, then yeah, I mean, we could make our way. We could basically trade this zone, but I would suspect it will get rejected here. Neo, another one of those stocks of that ilk people are interested in. I am interested in winning a bet by saying this could get up to 20. I know you're probably thinking, how can I hold that view? But then do you think Tesla's topped out? Well, one, this isn't Tesla. And two, well, it isn't Tesla. So we'll see what happens here. Obviously, we've got this level here. This recent high we've got. Take this out, and then I think we would pretty much see 20, and that would be I would like us to see 20. This, to be honest, if I don't like talking fundamentals, but fundamentally, in China, this is Neo as a Chinese company. They're a lot more kitted out with their sort of power stations and things for like EVs and stuff, and they're a lot more set out for it than they are in the rest of the world. So I do believe this will outperform other ones. Obviously, Tesla is a wild horse, but I mean, yeah, this is kind of what I think about this asset. You guys are entitled to your own opinions. I won't be trading opinions really on it. I just have a bet on this. I'm not trading this. So yeah, there you go. Smart sheet. Yeah, smart sheet. Looking kind of weak. Extend this horizontal. Looking a bit like a ascending channel, which potentially is going to get slammed down, but clearly we'll just adjust this a little bit. We've got this sort of horizontal down here, where it's basically curtains if we lose that. But I mean, stocks are generally strong. It's got a good chance of trying to stay up, but it's stuck range bound in all fairness. Work. Yeah, work. We had basically losing that down to this level. I bet we traded out the range. You can see we sort of traded out the range to a degree. And now we are looking weak now. On the daily, are we losing that 200? Not yet. Not losing the 200 daily yet. But I think we're going to come and tap it. So I'll be looking for that. EasyJet. Let's look at what EasyJet was saying. So yeah, broke out the pendulum downside, and then I sort of had this level. It's like, well, if you break up, we'll go up to the 200 there, and if we break down, this is our target down here. Looks like we hit the target down here. So excellent, nice charting, sunshine. And then we bounced off that target pretty nicely back up to the 9. If I was to pick a sell level, then I mean it would have been basically getting rejected from this line, but we'll see what happens there. T-Doc. We do have T-Dot though, guys. T-Dot, as you know, is one of my faves. Faves. I did take it out of like my main position. But yeah, just looking great. It's just fully constructive. Not really we can really look or say into it. It's just a nice chart, a nice trend, a nice move. It's just all nice really. Costco. We were looking for a trade in Costco. Broke out this, hit this thingy line, played out the bull flag, and then accelerate to the upside. Excellent. Clorex. Yeah, again another one of the virus stocks. Just look at it. I mean, just looking on daily, it's just nice price action basically. Nice smooth price action. One day it will lose this channel. One day. But that day, doesn't have to come anytime soon, but we'll just draw that in so we can keep an eye on that. Beyond, yeah, getting back up again. Yeah, I mean, this is a level we take out of this level. Yeah, just expect more upside, in all fairness. We look like we're taking it on now. The 200 daily must be coming in around about here. Yeah, 200 daily, so we popped above the 200 daily. I'd look for a swing failure pattern above the 200 daily, maybe test downside again. But if we get above and hold above and stay above the 200, then yeah, I mean, really, it's just upside. Let's have a look at NVIDIA. Just another great chart. I mean, just look at it, guys. Just look at it. It's just a great chart. I just don't need to talk about it. Amazon. Amazon. Just look at it go. Look at it go, guys. This is an expensive share. This is. I wonder if they do like a stock split so that people can, so people think it's better. But at the moment, we are producing some sort of a pennant formation here. So, are we gonna blast out to the upside or the downside? We'll have to see how that plays out. Gilead, another interesting share. So basically, we had this sort of range. We dropped out of it. We are on a well, we had the daily 9 bounce price, and now we're getting rejected here. I mean, it's just a vaccine stock. I mean, I don't know. It's quite volatile, and it's at quite a low for a speculative long. But hey, we'll see. Apple. Here we go, Apple. Look at Apple. Just look at it. Look at that. Drop below our trend line. Swing failure pattern. Move back up. Absolutely squeeze the living bejesus out of the shorts. So yeah, I mean, this again is looking a bit like the sort of the Tesla blow off top formation. Has he got much more to go? Maybe. Facebook, I don't think Facebook is potentially trading as well. Had a pop obviously on its earnings, but can it hold it in? Can it hang in there? Potentially it can, but we'll see. We'll have to just monitor this one. We'll look at Microsoft, AMD, Tilray. How are the weed stocks doing? Just not. They're not really doing, are they? They're just. We're just basically stuck in a rut at the moment. I'm sure some of these companies have a bright future. I don't think Tilray. It's not around very well. But some of this industry, I believe has a good future. So. Starbucks, yeah, Starbucks massively underperforming, as you can see. Had a pop up, had a pennant, dropped below, playing in this sort of range now. I mean, I don't see that going for coffees and meeting and going for expensive coffees when people don't have as much money and people don't like meeting. I just don't see that as a recipe for success for a coffee shop. Yeah, so descending broadening wedge, break out the top. Maybe we're going to come back test it, but I mean, descending broadening wedge, I mean, this got big targets for Twitter. Big targets here, guys. So based on the chart formation. So yeah, it'd be interesting to keep a track of Twitter. Fake meat, yeah, just looking a bit head and shouldersy, but regained the channel. So a lot of stocks really are just treading water here, aren't they? It seems to me a lot of stocks are just treading water. Let's look at the cruise liners. Norwegian cruises, yeah, I mean, not much really going on there. Not really reading that. It's just general weakness. Do I want to look at the tanker stocks? That trade is done. I said to you guys that trade was done. But yeah, we're still hanging in there. We're still hanging in. We've got this level that we're trying to get back above, but I mean, it's very easy. Could just be a back test. We've obviously got this level 2 that was a target to the downside. That we bounced off. So are we just going to trade this range, or are we going to get back into the next one? My bias would be to the downside, but we shall see. Chewy, another one of the stocks that I like. Here we go. Oh God, come on, sort it out. And there we go, looking good, looking good, looking good. Yeah, it's basically at its all-time highs, blah de blah. Excellent, excellent company, excellent pick. Well done, Daniel. Trading with Daniel, whatever you can call me. Pat myself on the back. Great, great buy. McDonald's is yeah, got it back up there. It's got it back up there, sort of in this channel, in this triangle, ascending triangle ish. But yeah, back up again. It's got to start making progress here though, or it's gonna test some downside. But yeah, realistically, it is looking good. Get back above here, and I think we'll be back to the moon. Uber. How is Uber doing? How is our favourite Viking doing? Going nowhere, is it? Going nowhere. Yeah, going nowhere. We have got a trend line coming in down here that we are potentially testing. How we're going to interact with this one, I don't especially know, but things are generally bullish. But yeah, it's just Uber. Lyft, see how Lyft is doing. Very similar, but just not quite as good. Roku, we like Roku. Roku is good. Yeah, and you can see it's good. It's on its highs. It's doing well. This is its target really. Get above there, then it's basically the moon. And then our little Canadian Robin Hood. Yeah, very nice move. Very nice move up. Basically, since the you know what. Yeah, just great movement. We basically had this level. Yeah, back tested it perfectly, as you can see, and then accelerated to the upside. So excellent. I don't think there's any other shares I need to look at. Yeah, any others, leave them in the comments and we can maybe do them tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Long video, but we had to catch up with everything, so nearly everything. So yeah, remember, not a financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Always do your own research, and I will speak to you guys soon.